This morning I wanted to take the opportunity to add to what the ambassador has already said, to give you some more details on what President Trump's announcement means for Afghanistan and the US and NATO mission here. The United States and our NATO allies and partners are with you. We will stay with you. We stand with your security forces against terrorists and the enemies of Afghanistan. They are the enemies of the entire world. With the announcement of this policy, the Taliban cannot win on the battlefield. It is time for them to join the peace process. Let me stress that our continuing support to Afghanistan, our commitment to the great people of Afghanistan, and our confidence in your security forces is unwavering. The United States and our allies and partners here in Afghanistan value the friendship and deeply appreciate the hospitality of the Afghan people and the Afghan government. We know how you are plagued by terrorism and desire peace. We offer our prayers to all of the Afghan families who have lost loved ones and for those who have been injured in this long war at the hands of terrorists. There is a real opportunity now for hope for the future. The Afghan people want peace, and the international community are with you in that journey. It is a shared vision that we can all work towards together. With the NATO-led Train, Advise, and Assist mission, your security forces can become stronger. The leadership of the security forces is evolving, is changing, and major reforms are underway to professionalize the military and the police. Corruption is being tackled inside the security forces and across the government. Your Air Force is being built up. And you all know how strong your special forces are. They are getting stronger. And we all recognize the need to help secure Afghanistan for your sake and for the world's sake. And so the United States is determined to continue to support the Afghan security forces in the fight against the Taliban, the Haqqani network, Daesh, Al-Qaeda, and all terrorist groups. We are determined to prevent Afghanistan from becoming a safe haven for terrorists who wish to attack the rest of the world from Afghan soil. And these terrorists offer nothing but hardship and misery for the Afghan people. We are determined to pursue the goal of a political settlement. As these terrorist groups realize that they cannot win on the battlefield, they will see that their best option is to pursue peace. In the coming months, U.S. forces Afghanistan and NATO will increase its train, advise, and assist efforts, and we will increase our air support to the Afghan security forces. Last Sunday, President Ghani activated the Afghan National Army Special Operations Corps. This was an essential step in growing the capability of the Afghan National Army. We are doubling the size of the commandos and the Katejas. These brave soldiers have never lost a battle, and they never will. And with the additional support we'll provide them, they will become larger and even more lethal. The Taliban have never won against the commandos and Katejas. They never will, and therefore they cannot win militarily. The Afghan Air Force is increasing in size and strength. We know the enemy fears air power, and they have good reason to, as these Afghan Air Forces get stronger. Along with our Afghan partners, we will relentlessly pursue ISIS-K and annihilate them. We will continue to crush the remnants of Al-Qaeda, and we will increase our pressure on all terrorist groups in Afghanistan. As President Ghani said, the Afghan National Security Forces own the fight inside Afghanistan. These forces are fighting to protect your homeland, but they are also protecting our homeland as well. The United States deeply appreciates and respects the sacrifice and strength of these security forces. And we deeply respect and appreciate the strength and sacrifice of the Afghan people. We will not fail in Afghanistan. Our national security, as well as Afghanistan's security and the security of all of our allies and partners, depends upon this. To the Taliban, I say you have a simple choice. Stop fighting against your countrymen. Stop killing innocent civilians. Stop bringing hardship and misery to the Afghan people. Lay down your arms and join Afghan society. Help build a better future for this country and your own children. Afghan special forces and air power have destroyed Taliban Red units in Kandahar, Helmand, Kunduz, and Paktia. These were the enemy's elite fighting forces, and they were defeated. In the rank and file, the Taliban's losses are even greater than the losses of the Afghan security forces. And this is unsustainable. The Taliban have become a criminal organization more interested in the profits they find in drugs, kidnapping, and murder for hire than offering anything better to the Afghan people. ISIS is being crushed in Nangarhar, and we will pursue them and annihilate them wherever they go. As President Trump said in his speech, quote, "These killers need to know that they have nowhere to hide. These killers need to know that there is no place beyond the reach of American might and American arms." Why is this approach different than the past? In his roadmap for the Afghan security forces, President Ghani and Chief Executive Abdullah have committed to the reform and professionalizing of the Afghan security forces. We have a willing and trusted partner in the National Unity Government that is committed to reform and transparency. The international commitment to Afghanistan has gotten stronger in the last year. The Warsaw Summit, the Brussels Donor Conference, and now this announcement of a robust U.S. policy are proof of our commitment to Afghanistan. The new U.S. strategy is guided by conditions on the ground and not arbitrary timelines. It provides for more U.S. and NATO resources. The momentum is ours. We are building effective combat capability in the Afghan security forces, and they continue to demonstrate steady progress. Afghans are leading this fight. Afghans are not asking us in the international community to do their fighting for them. They are leading the fight, and we will stand with you. The Afghan people have rejected terrorism. 90% of the people of Afghanistan believe a return to Taliban rule would be bad for the country, and we agree. We are with you in this fight, and we will stay with you. Again, let me say to the brave people of Afghanistan who only wish to live in a peaceful country, the U.S. and your NATO allies and partners are with you. We are firmly committed with our continuing support, and we have confidence in your security forces. And this policy announcement by President Trump is proof of our continuing commitment. Thank you.